Hey everyone, and welcome. If you are building, or hey, even just thinking about building an AI-powered business, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down one of the most critical decisions you'll ever make, how you actually get paid. So let's dive into the playbook for building a truly profitable AI-native company.
Now, I want you to just let that sink in for a second. This quote really sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. It's not just about having the smartest, fanciest AI in the block. Nope. If your pricing strategy is broken, a less advanced competitor could literally eat your lunch. The stakes couldn't be higher, which is why getting this right from the start is so incredibly important.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we'll dig into the core problem, why the old ways just don't work anymore. Then we'll open up the toolkit and look at 5 modern revenue models built for this new AI era. After that, we're going to connect the dots on how to align your pricing with your unique competitive advantage. And finally, we'll uncover this incredibly powerful compounding loop that can leave your competition completely in the dust.
All right, let's kick things off with the fundamental challenge. See, the way software companies have been charging us for decades, it just doesn't compute in the world of AI. There's this massive disconnect between how value is being created and how it's actually being captured.
So, this really is the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it? Why do those super familiar subscription tiers, the whole per user, per month thing, why do they fall so short for AI companies? Well, it's because they were built on a set of assumptions about cost and value and product development that AI has just completely shattered.
And this slide right here, it lays out that disconnect so perfectly. In the old SaaS world, adding another user meant more cost for the company. The product was pretty static, maybe you got a big update once a quarter, and you generally sold to customers who all had pretty similar needs. But in the AI reality, wow, serving one more customer costs basically nothing. Your product is literally getting smarter with every single use. And the value your AI provides, it can be 10 times, even 100 times greater for one customer than for another. If you stick to those old pricing models, you're just leaving a ton of that new dynamic value on the table.
Okay, so if the old ways are broken, what are the new solutions? This brings us to the core of our discussion, our strategic toolkit. We're talking about 5 modern revenue models designed specifically for the unique economics of AI.
We're going to look at each one of these: usage-based, outcome-based, value-based, hybrid, and the more advanced dynamic or personalized pricing. Think of them as different tools for different jobs.
First up, we've got usage-based pricing. This one is super straightforward. You pay for what you use. The classic example is OpenAI's API. You're charged per 1,000 tokens you process. This is absolutely perfect for things like developer tools because your revenue scales perfectly with how much value your customers are getting. The more they use it, the more they build on it, the more they pay. Simple as that.
Next up, outcome-based pricing. Now this is the holy grail of alignment. You only get paid when your customer actually succeeds. Imagine a sales AI that takes a tiny commission on every single deal it helps to close. Now, you have to have massive confidence in your product to pull this off, but if you can deliver real, measurable results, you can command huge prices because you're literally sharing in the success. You're a partner, not just a vendor. Now, value-based pricing is a little different. Here, the price isn't tied to your costs or even how much they use it. It's tied to the economic impact on their business. Think about it. An AI that prevents $10 million in fraud for a huge bank is way more valuable than one that prevents $100,000 in fraud for a small shop, right? Even if the tech is identical. Your price has to reflect that massive difference in value. The hybrid model is probably one of the most popular and practical approaches out there. It really is the best of both worlds. You get that predictable base subscription fee, which your finance team will love for forecasting, but you also get to capture all that upside through overage charges when a customer's usage really takes off. It's this beautifully balanced strategy that gives you stability and huge growth potential.
And finally, we have dynamic pricing. Now, this is the most sophisticated model of the bunch. This is where you actually tailor the price to the specific customer. It's all about recognizing that a massive enterprise with thousands of employees is willing and able to pay a whole lot more for your amazing AI writing tool than a 2-person startup is. This lets you maximize the value you capture from every single part of your market.
You should think of this table as your strategic cheat sheet. It just brilliantly lays out all the trade-offs. You can see right away that outcome-based pricing, it offers incredible alignment with value, but look at that predictability. It's very low. Your revenue could be all over the place. On the other hand, a hybrid model gives you high predictability and very high expansion potential. See? There's no single best model here. It's all about picking the right tool for your specific business goals. So,
We have our toolkit, but here's where the real magic happens. It's when you align your pricing model with your core competitive advantage, what some people call your moat. Your revenue model shouldn't just make you money. It should make your entire business stronger and way harder for anyone else to compete with.
So, let's run through a scenario. Let's say your killer advantage, your secret sauce, is a unique, proprietary data set that just gets better and better over time. Well, in that case, a usage-based model is an absolute strategic masterpiece. Why? Because it creates this beautiful, self-reinforcing loop. More customer usage means you collect more data. More data makes your AI smarter. A smarter AI delivers more value, which encourages, you guessed it, even more usage. Your pricing model is actively making your core advantage stronger every single day.
Okay, but what if your advantage isn't data? What if it's all about network effects? You know, where the value of your product goes up as more people use it. Kind of like a social media platform or a marketplace.
Here, your entire strategy flips. Your number one goal is just to get as many people onto the platform as you possibly can. So a hybrid model with a really low, accessible entry fee is perfect. You want to remove all the friction to joining and participating. The goal isn't to squeeze every last dollar out of each transaction today, it's to maximize the size and the value of the entire network tomorrow.
And that brings us to our final and, honestly, the most powerful concept of this whole explainer. When you get this right, when you align your product, your moat, and your revenue model, you create a compounding advantage, a feedback loop that becomes almost impossible for your competitors to ever catch up to.
Let's just walk through this loop, because this is the engine of a truly dominant AI company. It all starts with a better AI. That better AI delivers more value, which attracts more users. Your smart revenue model then captures that extra value as more revenue. And what do you do with that money? You pour it right back into R&D, which leads to an even better AI. And the cycle just repeats, getting faster and more powerful each time.
And here is the knockout punch. A competitor, even one that starts with an AI that's just as good as yours, will get left in the dust if they're stuck on a flat, traditional pricing model. They can't capture the value of their own improvements, so they have less cash to reinvest. Every single year, this loop allows you to pull further and further ahead. So your revenue model, it's not just about profit, it's a competitive weapon.
And that leaves us with one final critical question I want you to ask about your own business. Take a really hard look at how you charge your customers. Is that model actively making your core advantages stronger every single day? Or is it silently holding you back, leaving value on the table for someone else to come along and capture? The answer to that question could very well define the future of your company.